Now that we have tested our first campaign or broadcast email by sending to ourselves, checking that we've got the perfect score, 10 out of 10, and not on any blacklist, we can now start sending to our list of 300,000 subscribers. Our goal for this now is to send out a certain number each day, and we're going to increase this as we go as well. This is part of warming up our IP addresses and our domain name. And when someone opens this list, we're going to move them. Sorry, I'll just bring up my list. When someone we're sending to this list, our main import list, 357,000 I've got on there at the moment. We're sending an email to this list. If anyone opens the email, we're going to automatically add them to this list, so a list of openers, and everyone else is going to this list, sent not opened. So what will happen is our main list is going to keep shrinking. It's going down each day as we add members to these two lists, and that way we're going to only send to all of these people one time. If they don't open our broadcast email, it will just be added to this list. They'll go in here. But then the openers, as we build up a list of openers, we're going to use this list to actually start marketing our products to. So selling our affiliate offers and promoting my lead gen secrets as well. So let's get started. Now, first thing is to go to our regular campaigns. This is what we'll be setting up. We're going to copy the message that we used yesterday. I actually sent out a second one as a test after I sent my first broadcast. So just click here on copy. Okay, and I'm going to call this main list number 1. I'm going to select the correct list here. This is a regular, not an autoresponder. The group is main list my lead gen secret MLGS. There's no segments, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, next. We've just got to make sure our name and our from email address is valid and the one that we want to use. We're actually using the same email that we sent to ourselves as a test, and from here we can actually decide how many emails we're going to send out each time, and we're going to send 1 broadcast per day. So I'm just going to start with 20 emails for starters. We don't need to add anything else here. We're going to click random subscribers. So this is going to, out of our 300,000 people, each day is going to take out 20 random subscribers and send an email to them. If they open the email, we're going to add them to the open list. So we want to click more options, and here's where we actually make the changes. So this is the one. When someone opens our email campaign, we're going to move, not copy, to the list opened. When we send to a subscriber, we're going to move them to the list called sent and not opened. Now, the opened will actually override this. So if someone, first of all, everyone that we send to is going to go into this list, sent and not opened, and then when someone opens the email, they'll automatically get moved to the opened list. And this way we're going to build up a list of openers. Okay, click save and next. Now this is the email we sent out to ourselves as a test. I might actually make some changes to this. perhaps add a little bit of color. I'll just pause the video for a sec while I make some changes, and then I'll come back and we'll finish this off, just to keep the video short. Okay, now there's something I just thought of that I would add to my broadcast, which might help me get replies from people. Remember what we want to do. We want people to open our email and actually reply to our email as well. Now I'll get added to our openers list, and also we're engaging with our customers, so we're going to maybe learn a bit about them, and it's a way to introduce ourselves to them. So what I've added, so we already had something on here. Okay, areas that worked well for me in Facebook are Facebook promotions, affiliate marketing, selling other people's products, and earning monthly recurring incomes. I'd love to hear from you. Please reply and let me know if any of these ideas appeal to you. So what I've added also, is there anything that is currently working for you online? I'd love to have a look at it for myself. I'm always open to new income streams. Reply with the details. So I'm asking people to send me their offers, whatever they're promoting, and just letting them know that I would love to have a look at it. So this might actually help us get replies as well. Okay, so be sure that you've already filled this part in. You should have already done this on your previous template anyway. That needs to be here so people can actually unsubscribe. The URL just needs to be other, and then unsubscribe URL. This actually comes from our tags up here. Okay, let's send this out. Okay, now we're going to send right away, which is this will go now when we send, but also I want to actually send this out. We can decide how often we want to send it out, but I'm going to send it out every day, just once a day. And now I'm just looking at Eastern time in US. It's 1:35 p.m. at the moment, and we just need to decide when we want this to go out to people, because the majority of our list is actually in US, so we're going to aim for I'm thinking maybe about 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. So let's see, it's now 11:30 here, which is 9:30 in Eastern time. I'm going to go 2 hours earlier, so I want to send out every day at around 9 o'clock. So 9 a.m. I'll send my time, which is about 7 a.m. Eastern time, and 3 hours earlier in Pacific time. So I know maybe that's too early. I could have made that perhaps make that 10 o'clock instead. Cool. Okay, so at the moment we're just going to send out to 20 people. We're only doing this for a couple of days to test it. We can actually select here how many days we want this to run for. If we leave it as -1, it will just be unlimited. So this will keep running until I actually cancel it. So we can just leave it at that for now. If you want to, this is how you would do it to make it sort of like hands-free, so you don't have to come back every day and keep resending. So I'm just going to leave it at the moment, although I will come back and probably end this one and set up a new campaign. So let's send campaign now. Okay, done. Now this will actually take a couple of minutes to actually send, and what will happen is this new line here, a copy of this will actually create itself each day and send it at the time that I programmed in until I stop. When I'm finished with this campaign, I can mark it as sent, and that will actually stop this campaign. Then I can copy it again, and with the new campaign that I send out, I can increase the number that I'm sending. So instead of 20 per day, I might double that and make it 40 per day. and then after a few days I'll change it again and make it 60 per day. Then I'll probably jump up to 100 per day. I might do that for a whole week at 100 per day. Then I'll increase it to maybe 150 per day, and keep increasing like that slowly. So this is a long-term project. It's not something that we're going to warm up our IP addresses, over a week and send to 300,000 people. But by slowly increasing the number we're sending out per day, we're going to be adding people to our openness list and moving people out of our main list, and that is our main goal. Just going to refresh to see if this is gone. Yep, okay, so 20 emails have been sent, and now we can come back and check our stats anytime. Just look to see who opens, if anyone clicks the links. The only link in there really is my Facebook link, so asking people to send me a friend request on Facebook. And I think that's all we need to look at for now. Now all we have to do is come back and just check the stats on this later on, and keep sending it each day.